We are often told that life begins with a blank slate, an empty canvas destined to be filled in, to be filled with stories, with things we deeply value, all beauty in the form of art. Art surrounds us, it is everywhere, from music, poetry, sculpture, and painting. Art puts everything in perspective, going beyond the norm through imagination, placing human curiosity at the center as we dream and express untold stories despite the uncertainty of life. In this video, we will look at a specific canvas whose narrative belongs to Vincent van Gogh, a Dutch post-impressionist painter, perhaps best known for his work, The Starry Night, painted on June 1889. Relevance of which echoes up to this day, just like in the music you just listened to. Our canvas would focus, however, not on The Starry Night, but on his less known work across his almost 900 works. We will specifically deal with one of his works, also known as Prisoners Exercising, painted on February 1890. Further, in this video, we will provide art analysis from literal, formal, contextual, and symbolic interpretations of the artwork, as well as overarching dialogue with film and poetry. All of these dialogues inspired by a moderately sized painting spanning from 80 cm by 64 cm, made possible by oil on canvas. At a first glance, one could see the dominant shades of green and blue, the use of light and shadow, or chiaroscuro, to show 3D objects such as the prisoners and the detective. One could also see geometric shapes such as rectangles for the brick walls, as well as organic ones for the curves. Further, a splash of orange comprises the brick walls, which adds a subtle contrast with the entire shading. Vertical and diagonal lines are also used to emphasize a claustrophobic prison yard, as well as the concept of space, where some of the prisoners are far back at a distance from the viewers, creating a sense of depth. One could also see that the windows are far up top, as well as a sense of exaggerated height for the brick walls, as if the brick wall itself extends up to the sky, emphasizing the inability of the prisoners to escape the yard. The prisoners, who are depicted to be exercising in circles, are shown to be moving in a clockwise motion. In some way, the brick walls somehow portray rough texture. The guard is depicted to be in power and is somewhat indifferent, as he is not shown to the viewers. Lastly, one could get a sense of reality as depicted by the shadows, as if the sun or the source of light is coming from the top. The weight of emotion in the art originates from its post-impressionist style, an art movement pioneered by Paul Cézanne, Paul Gauguin, Georges Seurat, and of course, Vincent van Gogh himself, who painted the prisoners exercising indoors. It is believed to be a reflection of his imprisonment in the asylum as he aged with depression. Let us unravel the historical context behind this artwork, which sparked at a pivotal event 2 days before Christmas of 1888, beginning with Paul Gauguin and Vincent van Gogh, who lived in the same place as what Vincent calls the Yellow House in the city of Arles. They were friends and were both active on the same art movement, as proved by Gauguin's work Night Cafe in Arles, Madame Ginou, and Vincent van Gogh's work The Night Cafe in the Place Lamartine in Arles. But soon came a conflict where Gauguin said that everywhere and in everything I found a disorder that shocked me. In his journal, Gauguin seemed to be a caring mentor, disturbed by Van Gogh's somewhat erratic behavior attributed to his fragile mental state. For example, Van Gogh spent their shared money on prostitutes and absinthe, and Gauguin reached his limit when Van Gogh threw a drink in Gauguin's head, soon telling Vincent he'd go back to Paris. This end of friendship, on top of his brother Theo's plan to marry Johanna Bonger, took a great toll on his sanity, leading to the infamous cutting of left ear of Van Gogh. He then spent a year in St. Paul Asylum, situated in Saint-Rémy-de-Provence, where it is said that the place offers a lovely view of the Alpia Hills. It is the winter of 1890 that Van Gogh grew dispirited and felt imprisoned, locked in the four walls of the psychiatric hospital and held captive by his disease, including series of epileptic seizures. Many artists believe that the prisoner, tilting his head to look at the viewers, was Vincent himself, a message that the artist wishes to convey in his stay in the asylum. The artwork analysis would be incomplete without recognizing Gustave Doré, a French artist or painter who originally created The Prisoner's Round in 1872, upon which Van Gogh found resonance with his life, giving birth to a reimagined version of the monochrome print or art, literally providing color to the masterpiece. The term Prisoner's Round is because of the prisoners walking in circles in a claustrophobic prison yard. In a deeper level interpretation, the artwork is a symbolism of pain and suffering shared by the prisoners. Most of them are looking down, either because of shame or of hunger, a symbol of helplessness accentuated by the seemingly unreachable windows which appear to be their only way of escape. A symbolism of the prisoners' unfortunate submission to their fate, facing the harsh reality that they are just mere numbers to those in power. There is a subtle message on the two-winged creatures who are able to freely express themselves and fly above the air. An artwork that also captures the experiences of Viktor E. Frankl in the Nazi concentration camp, witnessing the miserable lives of the prisoners like him, who either get killed in a crematorium or pushed to become slaves and become indifferent. In my understanding, The Prisoner's Round, or Prisoners Exercising, is a collective narrative that revolves around a central theme that, one way or another, pain is constant in human experience. And for Vincent van Gogh, such pain could have been inexplicable under the vast starry night, but even such pain can be expressed through art, and it is art that gave him light when darkness was everywhere.
I don't care about the dangers, Father. I just want to be good. I want for the rest of my life to be one act of goodness.
The question is whether or not this technique really makes a man good. Goodness comes from within. Goodness is chosen. When a man cannot choose, he ceases to be a man.
I don't understand about the whys and wherefores, Father. I only know I want to be good.
Be patient, my son. Put your trust in the Lord.
Instruct thy Son, and he shall refresh thee, and shall give delight to thy soul.
Amen.
It happens that Van Gogh and the director of The Clockwork Orange are both expressionists, and it is the personal style of its director, Stanley Kubrick, to do reversals in his works.
Prisoners round. The world is flat grey, barred up, hard iron, no place for a heart like mine. We exercise twice a day, round the circumference of the yard, marching, no more human, only dead flesh best dressed in our convicts' robes. Heavy booted we trek, chained we trudge, cack-footed in the limbo you could not imagine. The rot and stench catches in the back of the throat, makes you gag and retch. Then we are called in to yet another circle, fed slop they call food, gruel prolonging the cycle of my days. The shadows loom, beat down like an anti-sun, and another day has begun. In the endless rhythm of boots, I am gone mad. Madness, madness, madness. I wonder, am I mad? Can you understand that, brother? Do you see now why I must leave? Please send me a letter to tell me you understand. Was I born into this murder? As I recall, father couldn't wait to be rid of me. My own namesake kin dead a year before my birth. I look out upon my own grave day after day, a foreshadowing. I pray not, but Theo, tell me, what is a man to do to free his soul?
What is a man to do to free his soul? Perhaps Vincent van Gogh killing himself on July 1890 was his answer to the question, but I like to see it as him leaving a legacy in the form of art, leaving this world not to free his soul, but to leave a part of it, a part of him, ever alive in his creations.